Right now, if you go to MEXC, make a VIP account, the link in the description, half price trading fees, and you can deposit and trade to earn up to $20,000. I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution. We talk about everything crypto almost daily, jumping right into the market. Today in crypto, Bitcoin weekly chart. Let's talk about it. So the weekly chart is below the 200 SMA. This has been the bear market bottom previously. It's below the bear market bottom. This is not bullish. Until Bitcoin breaks above 28,000 or the 200 SMA on the weekly. It's also below the 200 SMA on the daily. Like, it's tough to build a bullish case. I mean, it's basically just been moving sideways in this range for an extended period of time since March of this year. It's been a bit on the boring side. So what you have to know is in the background, there's so many things happening in the crypto market, setting the infrastructure for the coming bull market. I'm still looking for a 4-year market cycle based on what we've seen in Bitcoin halvings, which is coming. I'm very bullish on crypto. We're about to make a ton of money. Right now, it's a little bit boring. So I've got some really good ideas and updates I want to cover with you in this video, so stay tuned to the end. Bitcoin 4-hour chart. Remember, there's one thing in this market that can change Bitcoin's price quickly, and that's a spot ETF. We have to talk about some breaking news that we have. Stay tuned. Bitcoin 4-hour chart. We talked about this descending trend line right here. It is still been resistance, previous resistance, resistance, started here. Bitcoin is going to get to a point over the next few weeks where it's either going to break out of this and run up to 29,000. Remember, the weekly is at the weekly 200 SMA is at 28,000, right? So there's a bunch of sell pressure up in this area. Now, you lose $25,000. You're coming down. There's buyers at 23,000, 23,800, and 20,000. Are we going to get another chance opportunity to buy $20,000 Bitcoin? We'll see. We have to talk and consider what's happening with the stock market right now. Stock market looks like it's ready to roll over. How is this going to affect crypto, if it will at all? So I've got a chart to talk about with that in just a second. I've got some amazing shout outs to give on my trading group right now. Our spot group nailed 4 double-digit bangers same day. Right, so if you want to be bull run ready with us and ride the bull market, $100, go to cryptorev.net. Spot 100 is the discount for $100 off 6 months in the spot group. Spot 200 for $200 off. If you go the leverage group, killing it. I've got pages and pages and pages and pages. And this is just over the last week of winners. It's crazy to see the success. To a lot of people, this is a new idea. But what you have to do in life to be successful is continually challenge yourself and push yourself to achieve greatness. AMB, 174%. Again, when we post these setups, you'll see a lot of the same winners, 170% AMB as well, right? AMB's 84%, Link 102%, Link 105%, right? We also nailed 67%, 64%, 64, 64, 57, 56. Leverage 100 for $100 off, leverage 200. Like, we're killing it. I want to make the market just go straight up, right? But I can't. So what we've adapted to is trading the market both ways, and we're killing it every day. It's follow the leader. It doesn't get any easier. It's like hold your hand and walk you through these trades. Now, these are some ideas that Steve Burns came up with. And he stated, things I wished I knew when I started trading. Trading less is trading more. I would say that you're not making more money if you're making more trades, right? Smaller position sizes are very valuable in a market that's choppy. If you use huge amounts of money when the market is not trending, you have the opportunity to lose more than you make. And so you have to be smart. But what we've done is we've created trading groups where we've got the best picks. I've got a stronger team than you've ever seen. By far the best trading group there is, period. We do more than everybody else, by far. But it's you want to pick an idea, a trading idea. There's so much to trade in this market. You have multiple directions to trade. It only takes a couple of these coins to watch and really understand their market dynamics to make a ton of money. And so instead of focusing on everything and trying to find the best trades, like, we will make sure that you get focused on the best coins. Trading is not about being right all the time. It's about limiting losses. Like, take a small loss, not a big loss, right? When your trade goes the wrong way, just cut it. How many times have you ridden a coin and you're like, yeah, it's going to turn around. Yeah, it's going to turn around. I think probably 98 out of 100 times that I've thought, oh, it's going to turn around, it hasn't turned around. You got to learn how to, good traders, profitable traders, cut their losses quickly. That's the difference, right? Don't get stuck flipping through a bunch of different time frames, right? If you're trading short term, then you're looking at the short term time frames. If you're trading long term, then you're more concerned about the macro time frames, right? Big profits are in the multi-day and weekly trends, unless you're using leverage where you're putting in a big multiple. And that's what we have to do right now. It's very important to understand the difference between what noise in the price movements is and what are real signals. So if you look at the weekly range, there's not a whole lot of noise in here because you have very few candles. You zoom into a 5-minute time frame, you've got all these candlesticks. Imagine you take a 24-hour, a daily candle, and you smash it into 5-minute pieces, and this is what you get. There's a bunch of noise in here, right? And so it's really important to know what the correct time frame to use for your trading style is. Understand how, if you're trading with leverage, you can make a ton of money on these smaller time frames. But if you're trying to buy and hold swing trades, more of the macro time frames, you got to zoom out, right? Zoom out to 12-hour chart. Zooming out, you might be on the 12-hour chart and you're looking at Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin in an uptrend? At this point, it's just trading in this range. It's just trading in this range, right? When this market starts trending, you can short the market and it starts trending lower, you make a ton of money. If it starts trending higher and you're buying spot, you make a ton of money. When this market is sideways, it is challenging. But if you have a small bag, you have to adjust to what the market's giving you. This market's going to be so much easier to trade when we get closer to the halving. Everybody's buying and holding spot. You can just load up your bags in spot and just hold the coins. I'm going to, on this channel, cover a ton of coins that you could just buy and hold. I think it's easy. When it's choppy like this, Bitcoin dominance looks bullish. You're basically jump in, jump out, right? But if you don't build your bags up, you're going to have a tough time when the bull market comes and you are starting out with a small amount, which works, but it'll just take a lot longer to hit your financial goals, right? So always understand that you have to manage your risk, right? If you are trying to pay next month's rent with money that you're trading, which I definitely don't ever recommend, this is a very high risk market. Most people would recommend that 1 or 2 or maybe 5% max of your entire trading portfolio is in crypto. Now, I know we have a ton of crypto enthusiasts that watch this channel, and everybody's thinking I'm all in. You don't want to go all in crypto. If you want to focus on crypto, I understand, but you need to have money on the sidelines. You need, because you have opportunities that you don't expect out of the blue. Some news comes out and you see the price fall, and you need to have ammunition to load up on the coins that you've been watching, right? Will Bitcoin retest the lows? Will it see 15, 16,000 again? Will it see 20,000? But and again, it's not so much about Bitcoin, it's about the altcoins and what they do when Bitcoin pulls back. And you have to have money on the sidelines to trade those. If you trade in the direction of the trend, you manage the risk. Only you can understand and fully comprehend your specific risk tolerance. Some people, you don't want to gamble in this market. People hit me up all the time. They're like, Chris, I'm not making money. Chris, what do I do? And I'm like, what's the edge that you had in that trade? What about that trade specifically? Send me some charts. Why did you make that trade? And then I have people that are killing it, and they're doing so with smaller amounts. They're managing risk, and they're continually making money. And there are the psychology of trading this market is huge. It's a very important, it's the most important thing. But you have to understand how and why to trade this market. If you don't possess the knowledge, you are trying to take other people's money. We're trading against the elite. We're trading against the bots, the high frequency algorithms. Are you going to take their money that are programmed with some AI technology but if you are disciplined, you can make a ton of money in this market. You just have to be in the right coins, take the best trades. You want to have a risk to reward ratio that is highly in your favor. So you're not taking trades with a small amount of reward and high risk. You obviously don't want that. But these are things that you'll learn on this channel, and I'll continually ingrain into you. And I'll drive you and push you to the top of this market, period. I'll be here. This market freaking takes off, and this market freaking runs up, and it peaks, and everybody's super excited. All the new money's in. Everybody's making ridiculous amounts of money. I will be here with you guys. This drives me. Your success drives me, right? At this point, money you need a certain amount of money to live and survive. Once you get past that, it's just a bunch of numbers, commas, and zeros, right? This is the ES1, S&P E-mini futures. So we used to talk about how the stock market was correlated with Bitcoin. All of these yellow vertical lines mark the pivots of Bitcoin and the ES1, where it lined up. And previously, back in 2022, it was very consistent. Now, it wasn't consistent here back in June, right? You saw a dip out of Bitcoin and a run up out of the stock market. You did have a dump here, but Bitcoin didn't dump. And this was in July, the end of July. Stock market dumps and Bitcoin dumps in August, right? Here you had a bounce. And so the correlation is questionable. I'm not using this very much. One of the main questions that I'm hearing right now is Bitcoin still going to see a run up based on the 4-year market cycle, based on the halving? At this point, it's not correlated with stocks. If you're about to cut the supply of Bitcoin in half, remember that if you go with the herd, you watch the rest of YouTube, what everybody else is doing and what everybody else is talking about, the majority is wrong 70, 80% of the time. Right? Go against the herd. Go against everybody else. All these other specialists and gurus, and if everybody's saying the same thing, hey, you might want to rethink things and think for yourself. That's why I chose to learn how to trade this market, because I knew I could dominate this market with the power of these charts. The charts tell you the exact price points that are important, and these charts are solid. They give you the data that you need to make the decisions that will make you the most money, period. If you're listening to how someone else interprets the charts, there's a lot of gray area that's you're dealing with. So I definitely encourage you guys to continually, subscribe to the channel. I'll get you up to speed. We'll teach you guys everything you need to know about this market. Bitcoin and Ether are treading water. U.S. equities slide with mega cap giants leading the declines. So stocks are pulling back, and Bitcoin sideways, not amazing, but not necessarily getting hammered like ES1 took this huge dip and put in a lower low, where Bitcoin is still on a higher low and didn't freaking completely nuke today or over the last few days like the stock market did. Nuke City. Just in, and this is the game changer. This is the one thing that changes everything in an instant. If this happens, buy Bitcoin immediately, because this will pump the market. U.S. Congress members ask SEC Chair Gary Gensler to approve Bitcoin spot ETFs. Gary Gensler doesn't really have a clue. I mean, he thinks he does, but he's gunning at crypto. Congress members are asking him to approve these Bitcoin spot ETFs. If a Bitcoin spot ETF gets approved, imagine the amount of people that are going to FOMO into Bitcoin immediately. Not going to FOMO into altcoins, they're going to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin becomes an altcoin at that point, moves like an altcoin. So immediately, if this happens, Bitcoin takes off. Right? The time that it takes, there's going to be a hype FOMO rally, and then later on, you'll see the spot ETF actually get launched and people be able to buy Bitcoin spot ETFs, further pushing the price higher. The future is golden. Do not get stuck. Right now, we're at a major turning point in the United States. Right? This happens, and you see life-changing money come quickly. This Democratic Senator Menendez and his wife were charged with bribery. What's interesting is, he was a critic of Bitcoin and El Salvador's financial endeavors. Now this is actually the second time in 2 years where he was charged with a criminal act, and he's been against Bitcoin. It says he in bed with the banks too, because I was joking on Twitter. I said, what's the biggest bed they make? And I literally searched for the world record bed size, and apparently they had the largest number of people in bed together. And literally, this is what politicians to me look like they're doing with banks, because these banks, they get away with, they get a slap on the wrist. They get fined when they get caught, but these politicians are in bed with the banks, period. And this is what it looks like. Mass cover-up. Bankrupt crypto lender BlockFi is set to begin repaying customers. So again, this is huge. If you get some money back from BlockFi, again, heart goes out to those who lost a lot of money in these crypto lending programs. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment in the comment box. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.